10:15 a.m. Actually, today's a double whammy. You guys are getting two things for the time of one today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start right on time. We're going to have JD record for us today. If you can see me, and if you can hear me, if you guys can pull out your chat fingers and throw it in the chat box and just say good morning to everybody. That way I can know you can hear me, and we'll get the day started on a positive note.
And don't forget, just like Elizabeth just said, they're all recorded. If we go over something or you miss something, schmidtvideoclassroom.com. This will be uploaded within an hour or two of Elizabeth finishing. So it will always be available.
Thank you. Absolutely. See, look at those good mornings coming in. Always good to start off on a positive note. Thank you so much, JD, for recording that, and also for taking the time every single week to make sure it gets on the site for us. It does help for when people want to do a good review of what we talked about. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, good morning. Good morning. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start right away. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to make it so you guys can see my whole desktop. So can you guys see my screen right now? You see an adorable little girl in a moving packing box? Give me a good yes, please. Or somebody say yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so today is a double whammy, and we are excited because it's two really cool and awesome and positive things. The very first thing that we're going to talk about, well, simply put, just branding your website, which is something so simple, but it's something that we've now been able to do on our Moxi website. So I'm going to actually show you a side-by-side so you can see what I'm talking about, and then I'll show you how quickly and easily you guys can do it. You can do it immediately right after this Moxi Monday and have it done within the matter of a minute. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing, which is cool, is I love being able to integrate things into our website, because I know the longer you keep somebody on your website and the more clicks within your own website that you have, it actually increases your SEO, your search engine optimization. So if you're being mindful of being, wanting to be closer to page one of Google, that's some of the analytics that goes into that. You need to have your website be somewhere where people go and stay, not just go and click off of. So I've been able to figure out how to embed the Blue Book, so our blue listing presentation, our beautiful magazine, right into our actual website. So you get to actually have a tab that says My Magazine. When people click on it, they'll actually be able to click and actually scroll through the pages digitally of that magazine and have that experience of learning more about our company and why they should work with you as an agent. So that's the second part. So that's really cool. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and jump in so I have enough time to showcase everything I want to see to show you guys today. But then at the end, if you guys want to just throw all of your questions in the chat box, I'll try to hit them at the end just to make sure we have time to show both of them to you. So first, let's talk about DBA. You're looking at here 2 screenshots of my website. Keep in mind, I did do custom homepage. So if you like yours to look a little bit different, then maybe you guys can jump into some of those trainings and videos with us on how to get some customization done. Now, here's where I want you to take your eyes. On the top left-hand corner, it says CB. So this is the way that all the websites were existent. Now we have an option, if you go over to the right, to actually brand it with your DBA. So Schmidt Realtors, Schmidt Family of Companies, whatever your DBA is, you now can brand it right away very quickly and very easily. So let me jump in and show you how to do that very quick. Now we are going to obviously jump into our Moxi website. And just to recap too, you can always do this yourself as the agent, or you can delegate this to your admin or ASC. And just a real quick recap of that, by going into your My Account tab, on the left-hand navigational panel, it says Account Access. By clicking into Account Access, you can go in there to actually give access to your ASC, your admin, and allow them the ability to do this for you as well. For more information on how to do that, please jump into our Moxi Monday videos, to one where I showed you guys how to delegate that access. All right, let's jump in. Let's make it quick and easy. Top navigational panel, my website. That's where we are going to click. When I do so, it's going to take us into the agent website admin tool. So this is where you would go to build your website, get it set up, or even do custom pages. Where we are going to take our eyes is over here on the left. There are new options. So even if you guys have been here before, there's some new things that you didn't see before. So you want to go back and revisit. We are going to choose the appearance option. Go ahead and click on that. There is now an option that says choose a color palette, and you're going to just simply select Schmidt family of companies, and then choose publish. So very quickly, we clicked appearance, then we chose this option and hit publish. Okay, now we are going to go back in. We're going to go to the next option. And bear with me here. I had to actually do the first option to show you on somebody else's tool, because once you do it the first time, you go back in, that option doesn't show up anymore, just so you guys know. So for training purposes, I had to do that first step in Vanessa's, but now I'm actually back into mine. So I'm over here in appearance, and my two options that show for me were the one where we just were, and then the other one on the left-hand corner is header. So we first went into home page layout. We clicked that option. Now we are going to header. So this is basically just the layout of your header bar and where you want your DBA to be located. Technically right now it's always at default, but now we have these options that say brokerage focused. Your logo can be in the middle. It can be on the left. It can be on the left in a slim navigational bar, or on the right and the left. So see how it navigates you very easily where you can actually select the view you want. Now for mine, I'm going to go ahead and just show you my site again, just so you guys can see why I'm picking what I'm picking. I've actually chosen, because my bar when I made my page was pretty slim. For that purpose, I'm going to go ahead and choose the slim style left logo. But I did actually see a couple people do theirs with this logo center where it's right in the middle, and it looked really nice and clean. So definitely try these out. Click on them, and then you can always preview them to see what they look like, to see which one works best for you. Now, here is an important step. This is step 2. Notice how it says transparent effect. If you do select this option, what it would do is it would remove the bar that exists, and your words would go straight on top of your page. So if your website is a custom page and it is a little bit lighter, for me, I wanted to keep that blue bar so that my words still popped out. For others where it's just a standard site, you can absolutely just change these letters here. So for example, if I chose to not select it and to select it, if I chose to click on this transparent effect, it would remove the bar, but I would be able to change my letters to black or something deep and dark so that it still shows it. And it takes seconds to do it right over here on the left-hand side. So underneath this option, you can choose the background color and the text color. I chose to not select it, so my bar stayed, and I wanted to make my bar blue, and I made my letters white. So you guys can just play with this. It just takes a couple seconds just to see what works best for you. Now here is the next easy part. We have the logo selected. I'm going to choose the white logo because my background is a deep blue. And then all you're going to do is basically look for your DBA. So for me, I have the bar background and I want white lettering. So I'm just choosing the Schmidt family of companies logo with the bar blue background and the white logo. All I'm going to do is hit publish. I will show you that in just a second, but as a very quick recap, all we did was we chose the appearance option on the left-hand corner. We chose homepage layout and selected we were going to choose the colors for Coldwell Banker. Then we chose the header option. We chose where our logo was going to be aligned. Then we chose whether we wanted it to be transparent or not, and then selected the background color. Last step is just simply selecting your DBA and hitting publish. I am going to go ahead and go into my website now.
And hey, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Just as a subtle reminder for everyone on here, it is important that you find your DBA. You know, we do have them all listed by company, but it is like a legality thing, a doing business as in your region. So please don't just pick Schmidt family of companies if that's not your actual DBA. If you think that's an all-around catch-all, all of your DBAs are there. Sunstar, Paradise, Premier's going to be there. Everyone's there. So please make sure you pick your correct one.
Absolutely. Thank you, JD. And yes, they are available in every DBA in white or black. So you're going to have the option for your DBA that matches the site style that you need to have for yourself. And like he said, I love this because I know at least in Ohio, for compliance purposes, we need to have our DBA on here. So it's just one step further of getting our sites the way that we need them to be. All right, so take a peek at my site here. I now have added the DBA on there. And honestly, if I wasn't talking, you guys, it would have taken me less than a minute. So something super, super quick and easy. The next thing I'm going to show you quickly is how to get that beautiful magazine that we have taken so much time and effort to create and throw it into your actual website. So let's see what mine looks like here. So here's my homepage of my website. When I look at my navigational bar, I've added a tab that says My Magazine because I would want my customers to look at my magazine. And you would be able to do this the same way and call it your magazine or however you want to do it. When I click on it, I now have the ability to have my clients actually go through and go into the magazine itself and see how it's digital and clickable. So they're actually having the experience of going through the magazine personally right there. So it's just one extra awesome step to allow you to make your website not only really cool, but have an embedded resource point instead of having to make them leave your website to go out to check out your magazine. So this actually works for several things. In the event that we have created a custom magazine for you, anything that the company has created, we are able to do this for you. So it's the luxury magazine, that black book, the new luxury magazine that they are building right now. Anything that we make digital, you will have the ability to actually embed into your site. And I'm going to show you how to do it really quickly and easily right now. It's very, very simple. So within our website tool, we're going to choose Admin Home, just to get back to our main page of the admin tool. We are going to want to go onto the left-hand panel where we just were and choose Site Pages. Now this is just the list of all the different pages on your website. Notice how right now I actually have one that says My Magazine. So I'm going to create another one and say My Magazine 2, just so you guys can show or see in real time how I did it and honestly how quick it was. To create a new page, we are going to go to the very top of our screen in our panel and choose New. We're going to select the page option. When you have the box pop up, you're going to make sure that it says Custom Page. If it doesn't, just click on the arrow, choose Custom Page. We are now going to hit Submit. Now, what's great about this is it doesn't require any templates because honestly, the Blue Book's already built. So we're really just going to kind of embed it quickly without having to spend too much time. What we are going to do here at the very top is choose the name that we want to have showcased at the top of our website. So if I say My Magazine, oops, I can type correctly, 2. That's the name that would show. So if it is My Luxury Magazine or however you guys want to word it, you can choose to do so. Next, underneath that, we're going to choose where it says Page Builder. This is going to allow us to go into where we would make a custom page. Now, what's great is because, again, we don't need to actually go into templates because it's already built. This is a very one-stop shop. Watch how easy this is, you guys. On the right-hand side, I'm in modules. So this is modules, widgets, tools, however you guys want to word this. We're just simply going to choose in underneath modules, we are going to choose HTML. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you the code here in just a minute. And I'll throw it in the chat box. And when we upload this to our channel for viewing later, we'll put it in the comments. We're going to give you this code to make it easy. So you don't even need to do the extra step of getting it. I'm going to give it to you. We're going to choose this HTML option, and I'm going to just select it. See how it's letting me select it and drag it right over. We now can actually enter in our code. And to do so, you're going to come back over here under HTML and choose General. Okay, so here's where it gets easy. I'll give it to you. You will copy it. You will copy that code, and then you will hit paste. Do you guys see how easy I made that for you? Bam, it's embedded right into your actual website right away. Now, the next thing I'm going to have you do is go to the next tab. So right now we're under General. Don't worry about any of this. Don't matter what it says. You don't need to know. You're just going to jump over here to Advanced. One thing that I've done is I just kind of played back and forth. I did a lot of coding for you guys just to figure out the right size, the right margin, so that you don't have to take the time to do that. What I've figured out is, see how we've got some spacing here? What I like to do for this magazine is just choose 0 for top, right, bottom, and left margins, just to kind of remove some of that spacing because this page is pre-built, okay? It's literally in another site. I am now going to go to the very bottom of my screen. Let me see if I can move my screen up here just a tad so you guys can see. At the bottom, we have these options that say save and save as. I'm going to choose save. Okay. So now let's put that into our website. You don't need to worry about doing anything else. And bear in mind, if the sizing of this isn't what you need for your site, let's say your page is custom and you need it smaller, that's where you would reach out to me, and then I'd go back into our magazine site and actually work on the coding to get a differential in size for you. If you're feeling brave and like you want to try it yourself, you can absolutely click on the image and go back into general, and you can actually go into this code here. There is a sizing in here that does have a number. See where it says width 100%, height 1000. If you wanted it to be smaller, you can actually change it to 500, and basically it would just decrease the size of this magazine in half. So if you want to do that, you can play with it. It's not going to break anything, but if you feel more comfortable with me doing it, absolutely reach out to me. Not a problem at all. I can do that for you at any time. Okay, so we've saved it. Now at the top, I'm going to go ahead and hit done. And then I'm going to choose publish, because that now is going to make it show up on my website. Let's go ahead and open my website. And then let's take a look at it on our actual site itself. I'm going to choose visit site. And bam, see how quick that was, you guys? My magazine too. I'm clicking on it, which means I brought someone to my website, and now I'm having them click to another source inside my website, and the magazine is now digitally built right inside my site. So that's awesome. And obviously they are able to go ahead and click. If you look down where my cursor is now underneath the magazine, they still can click on the expansion icon and make it full screen, which is super cool, because now whether they're on a computer or a cell phone, it can be digitally responsive and allow them to have that experience of learning about your amazing company and you very quickly at the click of a button. So this means if it's a blue book, black book, for example, let me show you an example I made for Joe. I did make some custom magazines for some people when I was on the marketing team to showcase their story. So just take a couple seconds here, Joe wanted to tell his story about why he got into the business and how his advantage, takes him above the rest of the other agents. So I basically made him a quick magazine here, and he's now able to take his which we turned it into a folder, but he's now able to take this and digitally embed that right inside his book. I also made one for Pam. So I just kind of getting your gears going here. Now, what can you have that you already have an existent that can become a digital magazine where we can embed it and just allow you to have that extra showcase on your website? So this is one of our agents who was doing a special contractual thing with the NFL. And we made them a magazine that was going into their actual grab bags at an NFL party. And now if she wants to take this and actually have this in here because she's the premier agent for the NFL, she would have her site that would actually have this page just directly for them, where they could click through and actually see her magazine. So it is really limitless as to the ideas of what can be embedded. That was just an example of what already exists, the blue book and the black book in our luxury magazine that can be embedded with the code. But then B, if you already have a listing presentation that you already made and had the marketing team make for you, we can make that digital easily for you. But then also, where are you lacking in, the expression or the story of your company and yourself? So it just allows you to connect all the dots and make it pretty simple for you. I think it's pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and jump down and actually put the embed code right in the comments. So you guys can actually, before you jump off this call, we'll hang out for a minute after to give you the time to copy and paste that embed code that I just now put into that chat box, okay? Now, the other thing is again, when we upload the video, we can actually, on the YouTube channel within the comments, we should be able to throw that in there as well to make it easy for you. If you are interested in having the luxury book, I can get you that code as well.
If you send me the code, Elizabeth, I'll put it in the description of the video, and it'll be right there underneath the video, like you said.
Yeah, so guys, basically you're literally just opening the tab to create, and I'll just do it real fast again just to reiterate how easy it was. we were in our website, so our website tool. On the top left-hand panel, I chose new page. Then when the options popped up, I chose custom page. I chose submit. And then I put my title in here. And then I chose page builder, which was right underneath title. And then instead of doing a custom template or any of the other options, I'm just simply going into my modules and I'm going to choose HTML, pulling it over. Remember now, don't worry when you don't see it over here. It's not gone. It just needs you to plug it in. So we're going to come over here to the right of where we just added and choose general. And then we are going to paste that code right in. And next to general tab is advanced. And if you want to get rid of some of that little white box at the top there, we're just going to choose 0. And you guys are free absolutely to play with any of this stuff in advance to change the look and the size. But I really felt like this was the best viewage for everybody to make it easy. At the bottom, I chose save. And then that meant that we're ready. So that means at the very top on the right-hand corner, we're going to choose done and then choose publish. I'm going to go back to my website and refresh my screen. And that way you guys can see instantaneously, within just a minute, I was able to take our Coldwell Banker logo and add my custom DBA, but still have authority to choose whether I wanted my blue background or what color it was and whether it was transparent or not. And then also within a minute, I was able to add a magazine that I can click on, drive people to this location. So whether you're embedding this onto, or whether you're throwing this on your social media sites and bringing people in, you're bringing them in and then you're allowing them to then click on the magazine itself and have that full experience of your listing presentation right there in the magazine. Anybody have any questions? Can you please share luxury book as well? I can. I don't have that code today or at this moment, but what I'll do is while JD's uploading, I will give him that code. And then that way you guys can actually visit within Schmidt Resources. When you click on the video classroom, you're going to get into our YouTube channel, which has all the Moxi Mondays. That point, you'll actually be able to copy both codes and make it very, very simple and easy for you. And yes, so the Global Luxury Property Magazine, when that is finished, we will be able to do that. Right now, the only thing that would exist would be the previous magazine. So that would be up to you guys, whether you would want the previous one or you want to hang out and wait until the new one is completed. That's up to you guys. JD, am I missing any questions in the chat bar?
Not that I've seen, but I'll do one more glance for you. I'll do one more glance for you, but nothing that I saw.
Would the same thing be done for the digital version? Yes, I answered that question. Luxury magazine. Great session. See, I like those comments. Good feedback. Guys, if you like some of this stuff that we're coming up with, if you've got cool ideas that you guys think are cool, honestly, JD and Carrie and I and the team, we love trying to get in and make these cool things happen. So reach out to us and make sure. Who do we help for? Who do we contact for help with this in particular? You guys can absolutely reach out to me. I'm happy to help you with it at any time. How much is it for you to do a personalized magazine? Good question, Susan. So when you work with our company, with our marketing team, the value and the benefit you have is you don't pay the marketing team to do any type of design for you. The only thing you would pay for it would be the product. So for this, there isn't actually an output of a product unless, for example, Joe, when I created his, he actually made it into a folder. So he paid for the print product of the folder itself. Then we created the magazine for him. With all the magazines on agent websites be auto-populated? Okay. So Jennifer says, will all the magazines on the agent websites be auto-updated when the magazines are updated? Oh, great question. So because it's a digital magazine, it's a live link. Basically what's great is that every year the blue book is only going to get updated one time. So you're not going to have to worry about that. And it's a live link. So as long as they're re-uploading, so when I say they, I mean the marketing team, to the same link, it will always be updated as of any day you click on the same link. Does that make sense? It's a live link at any time, updated to the same source. And then in the event that it is a new a new place that they would like to actually create it. So example, they would actually upload a new one altogether. Excuse me, can hardly talk now. I can make sure to get that for you, but they usually just use the same one and re-update it. How soon will the new magazine be available? JD, do you know the answer to that?
So I don't have a specific date. The submission deadline is today, and we are still getting a bunch of listings in. And then Megan on our team goes into just download mode and just starts whipping this magazine together. So we don't have a date. The digital magazine will be available before the print one, just because once it's done, it's done. We don't have to wait for it to print. But we don't have a specific date yet. But like we said, the deadline is today, and then Megan is going to town on the magazine. So as soon as we have it available, we'll of course communicate that and bring that out there to everybody.
Perfect. Okay, so Juliet said, can you post your information? So I've got it right there. My email is pretty simple. Elizabeth.glass@cbschmidohio.com. You can reach out to me there. Tom, I had a question when I was under appearance and then header. I don't have steps 2 or 3 or any DBA information showing. So Tom, did you watch the tutorial on how to give me access? What we can do is I can actually get access to your account and go in and look at it for you as you. So I can see if there's something lacking there.
And Elizabeth, because I was actually watching your tutorial for the first time when you were doing it, don't you have to select an option in step 1 for 2 and 3 to appear? Because it looked like nothing appeared until you selected that header option. So it may have been if you hadn't selected one of those options yet, that may be why they weren't appearing.
Yeah, so I'll show you really quick exactly what that means. So when we were this is the DBA portion, we're choosing appearance, and then we're going into header. So what JD is saying, which is the fact here, okay, watch what happens when I choose default header, right? See how all that stuff went away, guys? You do not see the other options unless you go into this brokerage focused section, because the other options are brokerage focused options, right? Does that make sense? So when I click on any one of these over here underneath, I now have it expand and it shows me steps 2 and 3. So Tom, if you could
he just said that's exactly what it was. He said he was on default, so perfect.
Yep. Yep, that's it. That makes it pretty clear and easy for you guys to kind of jump in and do. And honestly, what I just showed you, really 2 awesome things can be done within a matter of 5 minutes, in and out and done, which is kind of what we want. Something cool and not spend a lot of time trying to do it, right? Anybody else have any questions? I think we are right at 10:43, so I think we're pretty good on time. We covered 2 awesome things. Go ahead and reach out to me if you have any questions or if you need any help. And then I will, as soon as we are done, I'm going to get that embed code for the luxury magazine.